Hello friends and welcome. I hope you're having a really wonderful day so far, and I hope our time together today enjoying fall makeup will add to the positive side of your day's ledger. So is fall by any chance your favorite season? It definitely is mine, but living in an area of the country for the past 6 years that doesn't go through those brilliant and distinctive color changes, I really have to rely on my memories of the gorgeous fall colors, the feel of that wonderful crisp nip in the air, the trips to the apple orchards, the sight of pumpkin patches, and how it felt to sit in the bleachers watching high school football games. But of course, there are two things that we all enjoy about fall, no matter where we live: pumpkin spice lattes and fall makeup. And the latter is what we're going to be focusing on today, although I certainly wouldn't mind having a pumpkin spice latte in my hand right now. I'm going to create a fall look that I've never tried before using two of my favorite makeup brands, Sydneygrace and the clean beauty brand Merit. But before I pull out my makeup, I want to thank those of you who have carved time out of your schedule today to join me, and I really thank you for that. And I also want to give a warm welcome to anyone who might be stopping by for the very first time. My name is Elise, and this channel is all about makeup, beauty, style, and wellness for those of us who are over 50. As a makeup artist whose passion is working with women over 50, there is nothing that I love to see more than the stunning transformation that can occur through the use of the right makeup applied in the right place in the right way. And the most important result of that transformation is the wonderful sense of confidence that we all feel when we look our absolute best. So if the focus of this channel is a fit for you, I do hope you'll subscribe before you leave today. Before we get going today, I want to share with you something that I hope will bring a smile to your face. So here is today's entry in that category. And now, on to fall makeup. I've already done my skin prep and applied my Makeup by Mario Cream Eye Primer in the color Light. And over the eye primer, I applied the powder that comes with the Cream Eye Primer, which will make my eyeshadow glide on a lot more easily. So my first step is going to be filling in my very sparse eyebrows with Merit's Brow 1980 Volumizing Pomade. Merit is a clean beauty brand that is also vegan and cruelty-free. And I do really like this brow pomade for several reasons. First, the brown color that I'll be using is a light to medium cool brown color. And second, it not only adds color, but it also adds volume as well as shaping and grooming the brows. I especially love the fact that it has a tapered brush, which translates into more precise application that doesn't smudge or flake. And the ingredients include vitamin B5, kaolin clay, and mineral pigments to build natural color. So let's give this a try. Oh, that's not what you want to do. As you can see, there's quite a bit of pigment in this brow product, which is something I really appreciate. And it is giving a look of more volume to my brows. I'm just going to brush them up a little bit. So I think that works pretty darn well. I originally thought that I might use one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes in this video, which is the Raw Beauty Kristi collaboration palette, which she did with Colourpop, which is called At Forest Sight. Some of you will probably remember this palette. I really love the beautiful rich colors of this palette, the deep greens, the orangey brown midtones, and the gorgeous rich berry color. But since this palette is unfortunately no longer available, I decided to go with one of my other favorite eyeshadow formulas, which is from the company Sydneygrace. I'll be using some of their single eyeshadows to get a similar look to the look that I had hoped to create with the At Forest Sight palette from Colourpop. I'm going to start off by combining a light and medium light orange shade in the crease area. The lightest shade is called Summer Magic, and the slightly deeper one is called French Hens. Let me show you. These two shades in the middle are what I'll be using. I love the ease of application of these shadows. They just blend in so beautifully. And as you can see, I'm holding my brush at the far end, and this gives me a lighter application. And I'm just going to add a little bit more and go up slightly higher. I love this kind of color as a transition shade because it really works beautifully with a lot of other colors, which may seem a little surprising since it's so warm, but I love combining it with cooler colors. And I want to make sure I have equal amounts on both eyes. Above it, I'm going to blend in just a little of a light brown shade called Iced Mocha. And here's what Iced Mocha looks like. I'm going to use this great product from Sigma called their Color Switch to wipe off some of the color so I can use this same brush again. Just a light bit of this color. Almost a skin tone to really blend out the edges of the other. On my eyelid, I'm going to go lighter by mixing just a little of the Iced Mocha that I just used with the white shade, which is called Snow Queen. And I'm using a flatter, denser brush to apply this. I don't want it to be an optic white, but I do want to brighten that eyelid area. And then I'm also going to use just a little bit of that white right under the arch of my brows and on the inner corner of my eyes. But I think you can see that that really lightens the inner corner. Then to the outer part of the crease and the outer eyelid, I'm going to apply a very small amount of the deepest green color I have, which is called Sublime Reverie. And that color is from the sydneygrace Temptalia palette collaboration. And here's what that green looks like. I'm actually looking forward to purchasing an even deeper green the next time sydneygrace has a sale. They have a wonderful sale in July called their Christmas in July sale, and you can really get some amazing deals. And you can see I've got an angled brush, and I'm just flipping it over to get into and above that crease area. And then I'm using the flat side just on the outer part of my lid. I know that looked like a really strong application of color, but once it's blended out, it's really amazing how it looks far sheerer and lighter on the eye. I've lost a little bit of those oranges, so I'm going to go back over with just a little bit of those colors. And I think for more precise placement, I'm going to use this pencil brush. And I'm even going in with just a slightly deeper, brighter shade. And that slightly brighter shade is called Red Start. And I'm going to do one more pass of blending. Never blend too much. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner and mascara off camera after I finish my face makeup. So let's go ahead with a foundation that I really love from Merit. I've already applied my Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Face Primer, so I'm going to apply Merit's foundation stick, which is called the Minimalist. It's designed to be a combination foundation and concealer. And they've just come out with a newer version of this product, which contains 1.7 times more product, as well as a sturdier packaging. The shade Dune is a perfect match for me, and I'll be using the original smaller version of this foundation. And here's what this foundation is like. Just going to streak it on all over my face. And you can barely see it because it is such a good match. And then I'm going to blend with my foundation brush. And just going to apply a little bit more to areas where I need more coverage. Even though I applied moisturizer, my face is actually feeling a little dry. So actually a better option would have been to apply this with my dampened makeup sponge. But I am going to use the sponge over the foundation to really give a little bit more moisture to my skin. So I have my dampened makeup sponge, and I'm just going to pounce it over to add some additional moisture. Feels really good. It's also still hot when I'm filming this video. I'm filming it actually a few weeks ahead, and I'm in a part of the country that is still warm right now. So this sponge feels especially good. I think you can see this provides really nice buildable coverage, and it really is nice to have a foundation that's a perfect shade match. And I'm just going to bring it down a little bit here. This foundation comes in 19 other colors, and it's a light to medium coverage, as you saw, but it is also very buildable. It contains sea daffodil extract, which helps diminish the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots, so I like to just dot on a second application as concealer over my age spots, which you saw me do. You can also use a darker version of this foundation as a contour, but I'm going to go ahead and use Merit's new bronzing product in just a few minutes. Next, I'm going to apply the e.l.f. corrector and concealer under my eyes, since it provides the lighter coverage I need in that delicate under eye area. So I'm first dotting on the light peach, which is the corrector. And you'll notice that I'm just doing it in the area where I have that deep, dark, purpley blue color under my eyes, because the peach really does more than anything else to take away that color correcting. I don't know if this happens to any of you, but do you ever get into a pattern where you're waking up really early and then you can't get out of that pattern? That's why I'm looking at some really deep circles under my eyes. I've been waking up at about 4:15, and my body just seems to keep doing that, unfortunately. So if any of you have any thoughts on how to change that pattern, I would love to know. Then I'm taking a lighter color, fair beige, and just dotting it, and again, just pressing it in with my fingers. This lighter color in sort of this half moon shape under the eyes really does make a difference. It really gives more definition to the face, especially if you use a contour, so you have some darker, more defined areas of the face with the contour. And then to make sure that concealer doesn't crease, I am just pressing in a little powder. And today I'm using Kosas. As I mentioned, Merit's newest product is a bronzer called Bronze Balm. I'll use the shade Clay, which is the second lightest shade, and it comes in 4 other shades as well. The bronzer is purposely designed in a really interesting oval shape. So if you want to use it as a bronzer, you can apply it with the wider side. And if you want to create a more precise look in a contour, you can apply it with the narrower side. Let me show you. I'd normally put some of the bronzer on the back of my hand and then pick it up with a brush. But since this is billed as a sheer product, I'm going to apply it directly to my face from the applicator. This is the first time I'm trying this bronzer, so hopefully using this application method won't be a mistake. We'll see. The trick is not getting hair mixed in with the bronzer. I don't know how much success I'm having with that. And then I want to put a little bit here and a little bit here. And I will blend in using my Huda Beauty brush. Go down on this area as well. This helps just tone that area that, for me at least, is getting a little bit jowly. And this area you always want to brush up, and this area down. I would usually use one of Merit's Flush Balm cheek colors, which really are wonderfully easy to apply, and here's what they look like. I happen to have 2 colors, one which is cheeky, which is a cool pink, and raspberry beret, which is a deeper plum. So as you can see, it's almost a rollerball application. It really goes on easily. And this Merit Flush Balm also comes in 3 other shades. But instead of using this Merit blush, I want to coordinate my cheek color with my lip color, so I'm going to use my Merit lipstick as my blush. Now, this lipstick is a relatively new product from Merit, and it is really gorgeous. It's a sheer satin finish that comes in 8 different shades. And the ingredients include squalene and sunflower seed oil, which provide long-lasting moisture. And it also contains papain enzyme, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which smooths lips, and it also contains a stabilized vitamin C, which helps diffuse the appearance of fine lines. I have the color Fashion, which is a soft berry that I'll swatch for you. And this is gorgeous packaging. And here's what the shade Fashion looks like. So first, a little Maybelline concealer to help prevent lipstick feathering. And Merit doesn't make a lip liner. I'm going to go ahead and use my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner, which not only has beautiful colors, but it also has ingredients that help prevent lipstick from migrating in those little fine lines that happen to be around my mouth. I really love the feel of this lipstick. It goes on so easily. It just glides on. So I'm going to use the lipstick as my blush as well. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and then blend in some Clinique Moisture Surge and mix them together. That will not only sheer out the lipstick so it looks a little bit softer as a blush, but it will also make the blush a whole lot easier to apply. Rather, the lipstick a whole lot easier to apply as blush. I'm just taking a Q-tip and mixing in some of the Moisture Surge with the lipstick. And then actually, I'm just going to use the Q-tip and apply a little bit of it. And I sheared it out a little bit too much, so let's apply a little bit more. Then I'm going to take one of my favorite brushes, which is this Sephora brush. I think it's number 56. I'll make sure and put it in the description box. And by the way, I will put all the products I'm using in the description box below the video. And I think I can build this up a little bit more as well. It's always better to reapply and build up. As we all know, blush can go very wrong very quickly if we apply too much. But look how soft this is looking. I really love mixing it with the moisturizer. And this brush works exceptionally well. And I'm going to just bring a little bit up here. I like tapping the blush on with a brush because that helps prevent disturbing the product underneath. Merit's Day Glow Highlighter comes in 3 different shades, and I'm going to use the lightest champagne color, which is called Cava. One of the things I really love about this product is that it really glides on easily and provides a lovely sheer glow. So it is definitely not one of those highlighters that's visible from outer space, but it is buildable, and if you want to create a little bit more glow, you certainly can. One of the secrets to this lovely glow is one of the ingredients, which is microfine pearls that reflect light and illuminate the skin. It also contains squalane, which locks in moisture, and olive fruit oil, which contains vitamin E and nourishes the skin. The highlighting balm creates a beautiful, subtle, dewy finish. And I'm going to tap my brush into the product on the applicator and then dot it on. And I'm actually using that same Sephora brush because I only have a tiny bit of the blush left on there, and it's stiff enough so it works really well to pounce this on. Isn't that a lovely soft glow? And I'm going to add a little bit up here. This just perks up the skin so beautifully. And with this particular product, I really like dipping the brush onto the product in the applicator and applying it that way. And I think I'm going to take my sponge and just go over this a little bit. So I've applied my lipstick, but one last touch that I want to do is apply a little bit more shine with a lip gloss. But in this case, I'm going to be using Merit's lip oil product. It's a tinted lip oil in the color Sangria, which again is a berry shade. Here's what the lip oil looks like, and here's a swatch. That adds just enough extra shine. Now I just need to apply my eyeliner and mascara off camera to finish up my look. I'll also change my clothes, add some different jewelry, and fix my hair. So I'll be right back. I combined the darkest Sydney Grace green eyeshadow that I used in today's eye look with the black shade as my eyeliner. And I used the Ice Mocha color combined with just a little bit of the green on the outer 1/3 of my lower lash line. I used Merit's Clean Lash Lengthening Mascara that lengthens and lifts the lashes because it's a tubing mascara. A tubing mascara helps wrap around the lashes and define each lash. Now this mascara contains fatty acids and olive oil esters, which condition lashes, as well as vitamin B5, which adds some shine. Another nice thing about tubing mascara is that it's very easy to remove. And this probably is the most beautiful mascara packaging that I've ever seen. One last thing I want to do is add some finishing powder. And for those of you who have watched my videos, I'm sure you'll know exactly what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using one of the Hourglass palettes from a couple of years ago, which includes blush and bronzer as well as highlighting and finishing powder. So I'm going to be using the two lightest finishing powders. I'm going to combine both of the finishing powders, but really concentrate on using the lightest one in the middle. And what this does is provide just an amazing light glow. I don't know how to describe it. It just blends everything together for a really lovely finishing look. And these powders last an incredibly long time. And then I'm taking the two blushes on the bottom, combining those to add just a little extra color. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I also hope it will inspire you to try a new fall look as well. And if you did enjoy the video, I'd so appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up and also subscribe before you leave today. And in the comments section below, I hope you'll share your favorite fall memory. Until next week, I wish you good health and happiness and hope you have a really fabulous rest of your day. Take care.